Jason Chaffetz, who is a massive, gargantuan scumbag, truly extraordinarily terrible human being. But what he's doing here in his awfulness is he's actually giving you the straight dope on what the Republican plan is. You know, 'cause several years ago when Alan Grayson took to the floor of the House and he put up the sign, he said, here's the Republican alternative to Obamacare. Don't get sick. And if you get sick, die quickly. Everybody took out their smelling salts and their, and their pearls and everything else. And many of the kind of relentlessly mediocre hack pseudo-centrist pundits came out and said, oh, this is so uncivil and blah, blah, blah. But what nobody actually addressed was that what Alan Grayson was saying was essentially true. If you don't want everyone to have universal health care coverage, well, you are pretty much telling them to F off and die. And Jason Chaffetz is doing his version of the Marie Antoinette with a iPhone moment here on CNN last night.
But access for lower income Americans doesn't equal coverage.
Well, we're getting rid of the individual mandate. We're getting rid of those things that people said that they don't want. And you know what? Americans have choices, and they've got to make a choice. And so maybe rather than getting that new iPhone that they just love and they want to go spend hundreds of dollars on that, maybe they should invest in their own health care. They've got to make those decisions themselves.
So,
Okay, so Jason Chaffetz obviously is a disgusting, deplorable person. This is the Republican opinion, though. He is expressing perfectly the thoughts of all of these sociopaths. But let's break that down for a second. First of all, we know at this point, even though they're not treated and regulated this way because of the influence that the cell phone providers have, they're not treated like the way phones, your landline was treated, which is as like a utility. We know that phones now are utilities for people. They need to be used in order to hold many jobs. They're essential for, as an example, dealing with an abusive relationship. They're not luxury items. They're essential items. They're essential for your kids' performance in school with internet access and things like that. So that's number one. This isn't a luxury item, and the way he's positioning it like that is completely wrong, dishonest, and disingenuous. And the other thing is okay, you sign up for a plan at one of the major providers. You will have a monthly payment for your iPhone, which will be kind of folded into your bill, or maybe you'll get an iPhone at a radically reduced cost because you sign up for a 2-year indentured servitude contract. These contracts are unbelievable, what you sign with these companies. And then what you actually get in return is for a overpriced but relative to healthcare costs modest sum, you get full coverage by your cell phone provider, and it gives you everything that you signed up for. Unlike parasitic healthcare companies that are always trying to reduce the quality of coverage and the range of things that are covered and the amount of copays you get for vital services. And of course, with the type of healthcare plan that Jason Chaffetz is pushing, your HMO and healthcare providers will only become less accountable and only become worse in their coverage. So I guess by following his logic, people could pay for iPhone plans that didn't cover phone calls. What a dirtbag. What an absolute scumbag.
Hey, everybody. Sam Seder here.
Donald Trump is a bad guy. Believe me. It's true.
It is true, and you can subscribe to this channel by subscribing to this channel. It's true.